to James on the plains of the cheetah.
Now chaps, these guys are rather scruffy in comparison with what you've been looking at. I think it's half because they're lying in this kind of mud here, but I have to tell you, it's odd to me. I think it's quite odd that they're here. There are 3 of them there. We know that there are 8 in the pride, but where the rest of the pride is, I don't know. I've just spotted the rest of the cubs. They're on the termite mound there. You see that tawny little thing there underneath it? Can you see them? Just zoom straight in there, up a bit, middle of screen, down a bit. There, that's them there. You can see them there in the middle of the screen. Now let's hope those ones are a bit better. Maybe there's an adult there. But it's quite interesting that these ones are here in the open on their own. I find it very strange. Anyway. And Alice, you say, why would the Stick's mother leave them out in the open? I'm not sure that she did. She may have left them on the termite mound. They may have got bored or thirsty or, I don't know, and come out here. But she could have left them here. They've been around here. I think Jamie had them here about 3 days ago. So I'm not really sure. But they're sleeping very soundly, the 2 of them. And Denise, you want to know if they're safe in such an open space. No, they're not. They most certainly are not safe. They are easy to catch. If a hyena came past here, it would kill them in seconds. If a bird of prey saw them here, it might kill them. If a jackal came past, it would kill them. If a buffalo came past, it would kill them. So they are inescapably unsafe. So I find it rather strange. It's seriously tempting to pick them up and go and put them with the others. Let's go and have a look at the others, everyone. I mean, these guys are not disturbed by us. I'm slightly disturbed by them, though, because they just don't look very good, do they? Now, those ones are a little bit older. Some of those are older. I'm just going to quickly get on the radio. Stations, I've located the others on a termite mound to the eastern side of the dam wall. There's still no mother here, so I won't be here for long. Does anyone else want to move in here? Yeah, eastern side of the dam is a big termite mound there on that. Isn't that sweet? Look at them there. These ones look a bit better, don't you think, Viam? I think these eggs look a little bit better. They're certainly not quite as spectacular, the Inkahumas. Janet, you say they look like they've got some infection, some kind of mange, or perhaps a fungus on their ears. Janet, I don't think it's that. You know what I think it is? I see what you mean, but I actually think it's... I was looking at the one at the back there. They might. I also think there's quite a lot of mud and that black dust from the bottom of the dam that's covering bits and pieces of them. But those ears look alright to me. Yeah, and apparently they had crusty black ears when Jamie saw them. Yeah, I see exactly what you mean. They definitely are not exactly furry on the back there. You know what I think's happened, everyone? And indeed, in fact, I'm looking at that youngster. One of the youngsters got a bit of mange on the bottom of the foot. I think what's happened is that these 3 lionesses have all given birth, and it's actually just too much for them to look after them all. They might succeed in doing it, but I think that's why there's such a kind of why they don't look great, why there's probably a little bit of disease brought on by the fact that they don't have enough to eat. And I think that's probably what's happened. 6 lionesses, only 3 of them, 8 cubs. And there are 8 cubs in the Nkuhuma pride now, but there are 5 lionesses. Now that's not to say that these ones are not going to survive, but I think it's going to be difficult, especially seeing the ones out in the open there. That's a little worrying, I must say. I'm going to move slightly forward, see if we can get a little bit of a better view. That's slightly better for you, Vim. You can see much older than the ones you've been looking at. Well, much older. Andrew is driving around here and he says that he can hear lions contact calling to the south of where we are now. Well, that's quite nice. In other words, it could be the mothers coming back. And that one is fastidiously cleaning. I think it's because he's itchy. I think his skin is probably not in a particularly good way. The other 2 just lying in an old elephant footprint there. I'm afraid it's quite difficult for me to put too much of a positive spin on this. They don't look great, but the positive is that they haven't looked great for a while and they're still fine. You know, they're still living, they're okay. The mothers are obviously not too far from here. If Andrew can hear them contact calling each other. Interesting, Linda, you say that these lions be suffering from fly bites on their ears, similar to what happens to dogs. Linda, look, I suppose it's possible. I just think because we're in winter, the number of flies that are around is relatively few, and so no, I don't think that this is fly bites. And if you look, and that one that is on the left there of your screen, just if we go a little bit left, you can see there. Yeah, look at that ear there. That's definitely some kind of infection. You can see it's ridged and bobbled, and it's not particularly healthy. Now, how many of you have watched Game of Thrones? But it looks like that grey scale that the characters get in that show.